So today I'm talking about a Ford with the P0301 code, what it is and how you go about fixing it. And so what is a Ford P0301 code? Well, it's a cylinder 1 misfire detected. And what does this mean? Well, there's multiple cylinders inside of an engine. You can have 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder, and each cylinder needs to be working correctly. Mainly the right air and fuel ratio mixture needs to be going into each cylinder, and then a spark needs to be igniting this mixture in order for the cylinder to be working correctly. And when there's a misfire inside the cylinder, there's something going wrong with this. Usually there's either no spark or there's something going on with the fuel that's supposed to be going into the cylinder, and so it's going to have to be troubleshooted to know why. And so what are some possible causes? Well, it could be a bad spark plug. The spark plug might be fouled out. It could be the spark plug wire going to the spark plug. It could be a bad coil. It could be a bad fuel injector. And if you have an older Ford that has a distributor cap, then it could be a bad distributor cap. It's also possible that there's an engine mechanical problem, like a bad valve or a bad lifter, but that's not very common. Usually it's going to be something to do either with the spark or the fuel going into the cylinder. And so how would you troubleshoot a Ford with the P0301 code? Well, the first thing to do is to locate cylinder number 1. If you just Google your engine and firing order, usually you'll pop up with some kind of diagram that'll show you where cylinder 1 is. And if you find cylinder number 1, that's going to be the one having the issue. And so it's going to be the cylinder to go and check out. There's some different ways you go about troubleshooting this. One thing to go and do is to go and check that cylinder to be sure you're getting spark. And there's some different ways you go about doing this. A very common way is to use a spark plug tester tool. These are real low cost devices. They basically just go in the line between the spark plug and the spark plug wire. And when you start up the engine, if there's getting spark, you'll be able to see it inside of here. It'll be sparking, and then you'll know you're getting spark. These are low-cost tools, usually less than like $10 or so. I'll put a link down below if you need one. Some people also hold the spark plug wire close to a ground and just to see if there's a spark jumping. But how we want to do it, one of the first things to go and do is be sure that you're getting spark going to that number 1 cylinder. Also check the spark plug wire going to the number 1 cylinder. You can also check out the coil, depending on what you have, if you have a coil pack, or if you have ignition coils going to each cylinder. If you do have ignition coils, you can't swap them out. So you can swap out like number 2 with number 1 and just see if the problem follows. But go and check out your plug wires and your coil and be sure they're good. You can also remove the spark plug on cylinder number 1 and just check to see if it's fouled out or if it's gone bad or anything like this. Especially if the engine has a lot of miles on it, it might just have a bad spark plug and just need to be replaced. So you can remove the spark plug and be sure it's good. If you're getting good spark and everything's checking out good there, then the next thing to go and do is to check out the fuel injector. Check out the wiring going to it. Be sure there's nothing wrong with the wiring. Basically, keep in mind, anything wrong with the wiring going to the fuel injector can cause the same symptoms as a bad injector. You can also test the fuel injector. There's some different methods for that. There's some good YouTube videos on that. You can even swap out the injector with the one next to it just to see if the problem follows, different things like this. But the next thing to go and do is test the fuel injector and be sure that it's working correctly. And so that's basically it. I just wanted to give a basic overview of how you go about fixing a Ford with the P0301 code. If you have anything to add, please comment down below. If you have any questions, ask me and I'll try to answer them. If this video helps you, please click like, please click subscribe, and have a good day.